Classwork 4.4, Solving Quadratics Part 2. What is a quadratic equation? Ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, anytime you have a square and a is not equal to 0, that's a quadratic equation. What if b is equal to 0? If b is equal to 0, you won't see a bx right here. So how do we solve an equation where b is equal to 0? You just undo the operations. For example, example A, solve x squared equal to 9. I don't see a bx here because there's no bx. So I'm just going to circle my x squared. I'm going to undo a square. Okay. To undo a square, you just take the square root. To undo addition, you do subtraction. To undo multiplication, you do division. So we're just going to take the square root on both sides. And whenever you take the square root, you need to write a plus or minus. So x equals plus or minus. The square root of 9 is 3. Now, some of you guys don't know what plus or minus means. It means positive 3 and negative 3. And that's your answer. Example B, what is the solution set? All that means is what is the x value, like solve. So we're going to copy example B. 2x squared minus 8 equals 42. Again, I don't see a bx here. I see an x squared. So I'm going to circle the 2x squared. I'm just going to undo everything. So I'm going to undo the minus 8. So I'm going to add 8 on both sides. These cross out. 42 plus 8 is 50. I'm going to bring down the 2 times x squared. I'm going to get rid of the 2 first, so I'm going to divide by 2. So I got x squared equals 25. Take the square root on both sides to get rid of the square. Square root of 25 is 5 and negative 5. Because plus or minus 5. Example C. I'm going to copy right here. Find the solutions. X squared plus 8x equals 9. Okay, right here I see a bx, so I'm going to normally solve it by getting one side equal to 0. So with the 9, I'm going to subtract 9 on both sides. So I got x squared plus 8x minus 9 equals 0. I'm going to try to factor. A is 1, B is 8, and C is negative 9. Remember on the diamond, what goes on bottom? The B, positive 8. With the A and the C, I multiply, that's negative 9. What multiplies to negative 9? It gives you 8. 9 and 1, and the 1 being negative. So I'm going to write my factors, x plus 9, x minus 1 equals 0. Remember, if you can't factor, you use the quadratic formula, but in this case you can factor. Set these equal to 0, x plus 9 equals 0, x minus 1 equals 0. Subtract 9 on both sides, x equals negative 9. Add 1 on both sides, x equals positive 1. And those are my answers for C. Example D, what is the solution to the equation, the quantity x minus 1 squared minus 4 equals 9? I'm going to change the problem. This is going to be equal to 5. D, copy the problem, quantity x minus 1 squared minus 4 equals 5. I don't see a bx here, I see an x squared. So I'm going to circle this x minus 1 squared, and I'm going to get that by itself. So to get rid of subtract 4, I'm going to add 4 on both sides. X minus 1 squared, 5 plus 4 is 9. To get rid of the square, I'm going to square root both sides. x minus 1 equals, the square root of 9 is 3. Don't forget your plus or minus. To get rid of subtract 1, you add 1. So that's going to be, now a lot of you guys don't know plus or minus. This means positive 3 plus 1, which is 4. Negative 3 plus 1, which is negative 2. So my answer is 4, negative 2. E, 3 times the quantity x plus 5 squared minus 2 equals 10. Okay, again I see no bx, there's an x squared, so I'm going to circle this and get that by itself, add 2. 10 plus 2 is 12. I'm going to bring this down, 3 times the quantity x plus 5 squared equals 12. Now here's the question, do I get rid of the 3 first or the exponent? I'm going to get rid of the multiply by 3, so the opposite of multiply, or to undo multiplication, you divide by 3 on both sides. So now I have x plus 5 squared equals 4. To get rid of the square, I get square root both sides. So I got x plus 5 equals plus or minus. Square root of 4 is 2. Subtract 5 on both sides. So that's going to be 2 minus 5, which is negative 3. Negative 2 minus 5, which is negative 7. And the last one, the try. We got 5 times the quantity w minus 1 squared minus 11 equals 69. Right here, there's no there's no bx, there's a w squared. Add 11. So that's going to give you 80. Divide by 5. That'll give you 16. Take the square root on both sides. Square root of 16 is 4, plus or minus. Add 1. So w equals positive 4 plus 1 is 5. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. And this is classwork 4.4, Solving Quadratics Part 2. Thank you for your time.